So my name is Pamela Lawson and I'm the Managing Director for the JSPCA, which is the Jamaica Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Dogs are territorial, plain and simple. They're protecting property. If they consider an area or their territory, they are going to protect it. And that includes the road if your animals are on the road. Maybe a neighborhood block, and most of the animals have interacted with each other, so they formed a pack. That means the main road is theirs. They're going to defend their territory. If there's a female or a bitch with pups nearby, we all know that. I think there's no human being doesn't know, do not go near a female with young puppies. She's going to go for you, no matter what size she is. She's going to protect her young. That is half the time people touch things like their feed. Don't touch a food bowl, not unless it's an animal that's properly socialized. I may be able to do it with my dogs, but that's because I taught them that. They're possessive about their food. I mean, even this one, she doesn't like another animal to come near her feed bowl, even though she doesn't want it. She will not eat it, but she doesn't want any other animal to go near her feed bowl. And it's the only time she's difficult. So don't touch their food, what they consider their possessions, their toys, or their people. They own people.
I know there are different views on what should happen, but from where you sit, what should happen to a dog who attacks someone?
I would first take the situation into consideration. We've had incidences where we've been asked to remove dogs or collect animals during police investigations where the person should not have been on the property. So from that occurs, I don't necessarily believe that if somebody is entering your private property, maybe just to steal fruits or stuff from your tree, but you know it can always move on from there. If the animal should be punished for that, that's what we have them for, to protect our own personal property. So if the animal is kept within the confines of your property and somebody illegally enters it, I find it very hard to punish the animal for that, because that's what I would expect. But definitely if an animal with very little, what would we say, interaction, just comes up and bites you, or it's usually a sexually intact male, unneutered animal, and that is primarily the main reason why animals will attack, because it's a hormonal thing. There's a female on heat, the male is going to be more dominant, more aggressive because he's intact. And so, like I said, territory, he rushes people on the road and bites them. I think he definitely needs to be picked up.
I know for some Jamaicans, we have a culture of having dogs in the family and dogs being protectors. And there's a feeling that if a dog turns on a child or an adult, something must be wrong.
There can be a medical reason why an animal does start to attack. There could be pain involved. Pain is a very common trigger for all of us. People will go and try and pick up an animal that's been hit. Doesn't even have to be just a dog, any animal. Pain is pain. Reaction is to, strike out to stop the pain. So definitely if an animal is injured, it's a good chance you're going to get bitten, which is why in the veterinary profession, you have to be very careful how you handle the animals, proper holding techniques. But in Jamaica, you're right. Bite a child, bite an adult, Jamaicans are instantly, that's it. It needs to go. When we say bite a person, we mean friend or family. Everybody else is cool, but not friend, family, or child. And like I said, if a dog does severely maul someone, badly maul somebody, I agree, the animal should be put down.
You are going about your business, you see a pack of dogs who you perceive as threatening. What's the first thing you do at that point? I
wouldn't be approaching them. Definitely this thing where you just carry on smartly. It's not all. If you feel there's a definite threat, or the animals are barking, showing, being very reactive, by no means approach them. Just back away and change course.
Say you happen to back away, they come on and you're now in the midst of an incident. What should you be doing in that occasion?
The most important thing is always to remember, if you're going to go down, once you're below those animals, it doesn't bode well for you. It does not. But The thing is, we always say, you know, once you have gone down on the ground, you wrap yourself into the fetal position, go into a ball, protect your head, ears, you know, just fold down. It's the only thing you can do. You can't win. If you start kicking out, they're just going to become more reactive. The important thing is to avoid the situation in the first place. It is a difficult thing to get out of once you're already in the middle of it. Most incidents occur with children under the age of 10. Because of their high pitch. You know when you hear children running up and down, they have that high pitched scream. It just sends off an animal. And they will run. That's what happened to this little boy. He ran. He saw them coming. They were not being aggressive at the time. But he ran and ran away, screaming. Set them off.
So loud, high-pitched sounds sends a trigger.
Yeah, it does. And the running away. It's almost a game. And though they had bitten him up quite badly, it wasn't as severe as it could have been. And I could see that the bites were not as severe as they should have been for that size animal. But it became a tug of war. So by all means, the very young, and of course the elderly, because they're not as quick to respond. And they are the ones that do tend to get stuck in the middle of these incidences.